Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to yet another edition of Doom Mod Madness. This time round, if you haven't already guessed, we're playing Simpsons Doom. I don't know what gave it away. Maybe it's the fact that we're mowing down crowds of Moe, or Chief Wiggum, but it's a pretty simple and straightforward mod. In fact, it's pretty much a straight texture and sprite swap. There's no real significant changes to the core gameplay here. It's all strictly cosmetic, so if you've played Doom or Doom 2 before, you'll be in very familiar territory. It's just that you're gonna have to deal with the changes in textures, which, quite frankly, are awful. I have no idea what the author was thinking when he picked these. Maybe he was high, who knows. But the real core novelty of Simpsons Doom is being able to gun down all of your favorite, or in some cases least favorite, Simpsons characters. And I just really enjoy being able to discover which characters are which Doom enemies. So Grandpa Simpson there is clearly the chain gunner. Chief Wiggum up there is just your regular zombie soldier, and Ned Flanders is the imp. So rather than chucking fireballs, he actually chucks smiley faces at you, which apparently do harm to our protagonist, Homer Simpson. Quite possibly one of my favourite swaps is Barney for the Pinky Demon, though. It's a shame you can't see him down here because these are the Spectre variants, but to me it just feels like an absolutely pitch-perfect swap. Instead of a rampaging pink abomination that tries to bite your face off, you've got a rampaging drunkard that tries to belch your face off instead. It's a pitch-perfect change. But when it comes to the sprite work, I just feel like they needed to be scaled down ever so slightly. You've probably noticed that a lot of the sprites can clip through the ceiling when it's low enough, which ain't perfect, but I really do have to admire the work that's gone into stuff like the death animations here as well. It's a pretty cool and neat touch. If there's one thing that starts off fun but becomes really goddamn annoying after a while in this mod, it's the use of sound clips. Because, good grief, that may be funny the first, 10-15 times, but after that, it becomes this just absolute incomprehensible cacophony of Simpsons noise just bouncing down your ear canal, especially when you've got a room full of many different types of Simpsons character, each one spouting their own individual line, and it just has this effect of making you completely unable to think. It becomes very, very hard to maintain focus after a while. Actually, come to think of it, you could say that counts as a change to the core gameplay, because you're actively having to think a bit harder about what you're doing in any given level, just to avoid your brain turning to mush with all of the goddamn sound clips playing at the same time. But yeah, not just cosmetic, there's a little bit of a psychological element to this too. If there's one aspect of Simpsons Doom that disappoints me ever so slightly, it's that it doesn't go quite as far as I'd like with the Simpsons theming itself. I mean, sure, you've got the recognizable characters, you've got Duff beer for health, you've got donuts for armor, but still, something within me would really love to see a version of Springfield or even Evergreen Terrace realized within the Doom engine. Being able to rampage down those streets would be absolutely fantastic, but then again, that might be too much to ask of this particular mod, considering its age. I mean, the earliest reference for its creation I could find was 1998, so yeah, not exactly what you consider a spring chicken, and it certainly wouldn't have had access to all of the wonderful level creation tools we probably take for granted today. Anyway, to round this mod out, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a guided tour of the rest of the Simpsons characters you can run into during the course of Simpsons Doom, and hopefully this map right here, which is a test map, does in fact come bundled with Simpsons Doom itself, so you can check out all the characters in their own little separate enclosures here. We've already met Barney, who replaces the Pinky. We've already met Abe Simpson, who replaces the Chain Gunner. We've already met Moe, who replaces the regular zombie soldier, and Chief Wiggum replaces the Shotgunner, while Apu through here replaces the Hell Knight. Shouldn't take too long to take him out. There we go. And that is a grim death animation, good grief. We've already met Ned Flanders, he replaces the Imp. And this big floaty crusty head here replaces the Lost Souls. It's still vaguely terrifying in its own right. Now this one is interesting. It's a TV, obviously, but what monster do you think it replaces? If you guessed Pain Elemental, you're correct, because it just relentlessly spews crusty heads until you kill it. In which case it spews even more, and plays the itchy and scratchy thing, which is pretty damn cool. We also have Groundskeeper Willie over here. And he attacks you by ripping open his shirt and firing manly fireballs at you. He obviously replaces the Mancubus, and his death animation is fantastic. Now, along the way here, we've got a pretty heavy hitter. We've got Mecha Burns, and he replaces the Cyber Demon. He can just fire rockets out of his chest at you, and thankfully I do have God Mode turned on, so haha, screw you, Mr. Burns. We've also got Mexican B-Guy, Spanish B-Guy. I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be. I know he's got a proper name, I just can't be bothered remembering it, but he obviously replaces the Cacodemon. We've also got Sideshow Bob. Now, we're going to have to get something a little bit more heavy-duty here, because Sideshow Bob replaces the Hell Barons, and they can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Something tells me, however, that the damage thresholds for some of these characters here are lower than they normally would be in regular Doom. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, we've also got Marge here. Marge replaces the Archvile, which is terrifying, so we're going to get rid of Marge as quickly as possible, because I just can't abide an Archvile in any form, let alone the form of Marge Simpson. We've also got Maggie, the most adorable member of the Simpsons family, who we're going to have to relentlessly murder, because she replaces the Arachnotron. And now I feel kind of horrible about myself. Yeah, child murder isn't usually in my forte, so you know what, let's go murder another child. This is Bart Simpson. He replaces the Revenant. And I really do like his attack animation. I don't know if you caught it there, but he fires his slingshot at you to fire that homing Revenant rocket round, or whatever it is that they fire. Over here, we've got Smithers. More precisely, Mecha Smithers. And he replaces the Spider Mastermind. When you damage him when he's not shooting, he just repeatedly says... Oh, he says something, but he doesn't want to say it now because he's being difficult. But he says, nice job, over and over and over and over. That's pretty much it. And finally, last but not least, in this very special corner, we have Mecha Homer. Now, I'm pretty sure you can only fight this as part of the secret Wolfenstein level in Doom, but here, he's pretty much a pushover. Nothing to worry about here. And if you wanted to fight all of them again, you could, of course, reload the level, or you could pop round to this other alley over here that has mirrored versions of that other alley with all of the monsters within it. You also get a mirrored version of yourself. If I turn off God Mode here, you can actually damage yourself, which is pretty confusing. But anyway, that has been Simpsons Doom. If you feel like checking it out, the link, as usual, is in the description below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments. And as usual, let me know if there are any Doom mods you'd like to see me cover in future episodes of Doom Mod Madness. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mr. Icarus. Icarus out.